The other day I cracked open my daughter's children's Bible, as we do many mornings, and I was determined to apply some study questions that we had on hand to whatever Bible story popped up next. And we had been going through so many of the classic Bible stories like creation and Adam and Eve and Noah's Ark and Moses and Ruth and all these classic stories. And then the next story that popped up was about this guy chasing his donkeys that were lost. And I was like, okay, how are we going to apply that one? So then I had to open up the real Bible. And in the real Bible, not just the story Bible, I read 1 Samuel chapter 10, and Saul and his servant went out looking for some lost donkeys. And they searched all over for several days, and then they thought, let's go check with Samuel. He's the man of God. Maybe he can give us some direction. Meanwhile, the people of the land, the Israelites, had been asking for a king to rule the land. And Samuel was the spiritual leader, hearing from God for the direction of things. And God spoke to Samuel and said, hey, Saul is going to be the king, and I'm going to bring him to you. And sure enough, Saul was out looking for the donkeys, couldn't find the donkeys, and went to say hi to Samuel. Hey, can you help me out? And Samuel said, hey, don't worry about the donkeys. They've been found. God had already told Samuel that this was the man to be the king, and God told Samuel, the donkeys are fine. So he told Samuel told Saul, the donkeys are okay, and I need to talk with you. So come on up to my house and we'll talk. And Saul was surprised to find out that he was being chosen and anointed as the king of the land. Now, I haven't done an in-depth study on Saul and the book of 1 Samuel recently, if ever, but I know it's long and complicated. So my point today is this, that God is in the details. He knows exactly what's what. He knows what's going on. And we feel like we are just out chasing donkeys, like spinning our wheels in the mud, treading water, not getting anywhere. We're just wasting our time looking for lost donkeys. And meanwhile, God is orchestrating everything. He is determining where Saul should go, when he should meet up with Samuel. And God even is taking care of the donkeys. They're fine. They've been found. They've returned home while Saul is out there. In our lives, we feel like we might just be going nowhere, not knowing what we're doing, feeling like we're making no progress, or we're just in the mundane, day after day after day feels the same, and I'm just chasing donkeys. But God knows. He is orchestrating things behind the scenes. And as I've been pondering this, in light of just so many events in my own life and events in friends' lives, I want to say one thing, that God is trustworthy. He is trustworthy. And that has just spoken to me this week. He's trustworthy. He knows what he's doing. He has it all figured out. He's in the details. And you and I might feel like we are chasing donkeys. Like, that just sounds pretty dull. And sounds pretty pointless. But meanwhile, God is working it all out. He is orchestrating our lives. He is pointing us in the direction of our calling and our destiny that he has for us. And he's taking care of the donkeys, and he's got everything in between all figured out, because we can trust him. We can trust him with the direction of our lives. We can trust him with our daily life, and we can trust him because he is trustworthy.